the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here, and so is the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Grizzlies out in Memphis. Well, for the Grizzlies, they got their season rolling with a nice win in their first game. Now we'll find out if they can build on it and open with back-to-back victories. Well, when Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, one of the big questions was how Klay Thompson would adjust. He already had to share the spotlight with Steph, and now here's another superstar joining the fray. So that being said, a year into the experiment, how do you feel his role has shifted on this team?
Well, okay, go ahead, Jack. Yeah.
Oh, you guys fight over it.
No,
you all both want to talk.
No, because we're going to share a role.
I was talking to Underdog the other day. I was anxious. Great question, Aaron. I was anxious to see who's getting most of the shots, and they're all taking the same amount of shots. You know, I think Klay's going to get a lot more wide open as a result of this move, but they're all taking similar shots.
Well, you know, Klay is probably the third option. But what a third option to have. Mm-hmm. Oh, my gosh. But he's probably getting easier shots than he's ever got in his career. The defense has to shift. They have to go double team. I'm sure he's not upset. And winning heals all ills.
That just about wraps it up.
Heals all ills?
Heals all ills.
Oh, ills. I thought it heals all eels. Are we going fishing?
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against the New Orleans Pelicans. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
And typically on the road, it's harder to get into a great rhythm offensively, but they did just that.
Well, extremely accurate throughout the evening. I thought the play calling really fit the lineups they were rolling out.
And in the early part of the season, a lot of players, Chris, are just trying to get into the rhythm of the season. When did you feel like the NBA season truly was in full swing for you?
For me, it had to be in full swing day one. I had to be ready because I was playing against the best of my position, and I wanted to establish myself as the best of my position. And so that's why I think that I tried to have an advantage over other players. Where guys were trying to get a rhythm, I made sure that I used the preseason for that because I wanted to come into the beginning of the season gangbusters, knowing you're going to have your ups and downs during the season, but this is not something where you could just warm your way up into the season. You better come out ready to go, or you're going to be looking, trying to find your rhythm all year long.
That's a good message all players should hear. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, offense and defense with Durant and Draymond at the 3 and the 4. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Klay in the backcourt. And it's Pachulia in at the 5, down low. Ennis, good.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Curry passes to Thompson. They set the pick. He dishes it to Durant. Green with a screen for Durant. Picked by Pachulia. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Curry. And a miss there on the triple. The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Evans with it, guarded now by Durant. Again, Conley missing. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Fizdale. He told me this is a fun night trying to slow down a team that's so smart and opportunistic. He said, look, we've scouted them, but this is the first time we've actually seen them this season. So it will be interesting to see if we can disrupt their offense and slow them down just a little bit. Back to you, Kevin.
Great job, David. So they know how dangerous this team can be if they get on a roll.
And that means contesting every single shot. It's going to take a lot of effort on D, but they can't give up those easy baskets.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see any type of adjustments as well, because with the type of effort they're going to exert, they're going to need to keep some fresh legs out there. They may have to go deeper into their bench than usual to make sure they don't get run down.
And Curry, here we go. And they'll keep possession. Stolen by Michael Conley. 4-on-3 break. Puts one up from 19. Count it. Good. Conley's got his second bucket of the night.
And never one to force the issue. Conley smoothly knocks that down.
And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Now here's Durant. A 20-point game for him in the win against New Orleans. Green, the screen. Here's Curry. And there's the call on Pachulia. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can live with those over-the-back calls sometimes because at least it's an effort play.
I can't say he wasn't going all out, but he's clearly out of position.
Gasol, a screen on Curry. To the inside. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Conley. Gasol's got his second bucket.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
Durant. Green with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Conley dishes to Gasol. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one on Thompson.
And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marc Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team.
Free throw good, Gasol. And Marc Gasol becoming more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
And I thought at times in the past he was unselfish to a fault. His teammates egged him on, told him you're the best center in the game, go out there and dominate. And now it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in his skin.
And so Marc Gasol nails both of them.
He's so confident, so self-assured on every free throw he takes.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. That one good for 2.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Memphis leading by 4. Evans outside. He feeds it to Conley. The dish to Gasol. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Now here's Ennis. He's covered by Thompson. Warriors trail by 4. Durant kicks to Curry. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Like a snake charmer, Curry mesmerizes the defender who makes a terrible play.
Well, one book that is out on Curry is that you can body him and knock him around off the ball. Chris, a lot of teams feel that if you can beat him up as he comes off a screen, he'll be far less productive. What do you think?
Well, whether it's true, not true, fair, or unfair, Curry's definitely getting banged around off there. If you watch him off the ball in some games, he gets grabs, push, pull, you name it.
That's good from Stephen Curry.
Well, you know what? It's so funny. It's a lot of discussion as to whether Steph is now the face of the league. You know, something Steph himself says he gets a little annoyed with at times.
Now here's Conley. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against New Orleans. Another three for Golden State.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Grizzlies have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Out to the right wing to end the run. Gasol no good.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
Now here's Curry. He had 22 points in the win against the Pelicans in New Orleans. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Green with a screen on Curry. Conley the pass to Green. The layup missed.
Aggressive move to the bucket, and the D is ready for it.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And that's already his 2nd foul. He may have to spend some time on the bench to stay out of early foul trouble.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Memphis on defense. 4-point game. Back to Durant. Picked by Pachulia. Curry. It's rebounded by Memphis. They're getting their first look of the season at the Warriors in this one.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will play against one another this season.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Golden State. And Chris, you were only briefly with the Warriors at the start and the end of your career, but you had plenty of big moments with that club. Any stand out to you as a favorite?
Oh, well, I think the playoffs, you know, almost averaging a triple-double in the playoffs, for me, it was something very special. You know, going behind the back on my good friend Sir Charles, of course, is one of the first experiences I had there, and also my first NBA game. I mean, being in front of those crazy fans in Oakland, that atmosphere is unlike any other, and jump ball and winning and scoring my first bucket. You know, so many special moments there. Rookie of the Year, being awarded that with my father at center court there at that arena is something I'll never forget.
He hits the 2nd from the line.
Funny, for so long, Brother Powell was thought to have the much better career, but Mark has made the gap between them all the more closer.
Now, here's Thompson. 8 points his last outing. Pass to Durant. Pachulia sets a screen for Durant. 6 on the shot clock. Curry dishes to Green. Here's Durant. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Durant's got 6 points.
Durant is so tall and has such a soft release that a mid-range shot like that might as well be a layup.
Gasol, a screen on Curry. Outside for Gasol. It's good. The assist that time for Menace. Gasol's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Warriors leading by 3. Outside, Green. Curry on the wing. And stolen by Chalmers. Gasol setting the pick for Chalmers. Clock at 6. Pass to Ennis. Fires for 3. That shot off, so Golden State will take it the other way. Thompson right side. Dishes it to Green. Back to Thompson. A 3-ball. Cans it from downtown. He's got 6.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And Chalmers kicks to Gasol. Curry with the steal. Here's the break. Finished off the break. And now it's an 8-point Warrior lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
And Chalmers kicks to Gasol. And here's Evans. An 11-point game for him in the win against New Orleans. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up off the pick.
And I really enjoy watching Evans use that athleticism, especially when he's attacking. He's tough to stop.
Now here's Curry. He's got 10. The feed to Durant. Green, the screen. Curry wide open. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Curry's got 13 points.
Can you say unconscious tonight? I mean, Steph has been focused from the giddy-up.
Green with a screen on Durant. Evans kicks to Ennis. Gasol, a screen on Thompson. Ennis misses.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Durant with it. Evans picks him up. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The shot by Evans, nobody around. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, both teams have come out with solid offensive strategies. And then, of course, guys are finishing.
Now here's Curry. He's got 13. Outside Durant. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And you knew after the big decision to come to Golden State from Oklahoma City that Kevin Durant would feel some heat from fans around the league. And overall, he did a good job, I thought, C-Webb, of tuning it out. And he had an incredible year, his first year with the Warriors.
You're right, Kevin. And fans can hate the fact he joined a great team, but it clearly was the right move for him. I mean, look at these numbers. A career year in so many categories. Field goal percentage, blocks, rebounds. I mean, he just played well last year.
That's good from Durant.
And the former college player of the year. I mean, former MVP. I mean, Durant, the first freshman to ever earn that distinction now at the line. Incredible.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. White, he's checked in for Gasol. Davis comes in for JaMychal Green. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Tyreke Evans. And it's Harrison in for James Ennis. And so Durant nails them both. And the Grizzlies enjoying the longest stretch of sustained success in franchise history. Greg, 7 consecutive seasons making the postseason.
And this group has gotten as far as the Western Conference Finals. And a lot to be said for that consistency. But, of course, everyone's in this for the rings. Interesting to see where they go from here to turn the corner into a true contender.
Well, you look around the NBA, and there are some incredible athletes. Chris, in your opinion, which players in the league right now are the most physically imposing when you see them in action?
3 people come to mind. First, DeAndre Jordan, just his size and stature, and then when you see him run like a little fella and jump with the best of them, it is so intimidating seeing him out there on that court. LeBron, I mean, you still might say he has the best basketball body ever, being that 6'7", 6'8" frame, whatever he goes by, with a bunch of muscle behind it, being able to use his quickness and strength to get to the post. You just have to love it. And then Antetokounmpo, one of the most unique players we've seen with his length, his size, Mr. Stretch Armstrong, but he gets it done on both ends of the floor, and I just think his unique body style and skill set makes him fun to watch as well.
David West, he's checked in for Golden State. And he sinks the second.
You know, yeah, I think back to when I was fortunate enough to join the Warriors as a rookie, made the playoffs as a rookie. Then the next year I didn't come back, and it was strange to see them not in the playoffs for such a long time. But look at how far this franchise has come since those days.
Now here's Livingston. Over Harrison. There's the pass to Livingston. West kicks to Iguodala. McGee inside. Right on him. And it's right, sending it back.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Here's Chalmers. It's rebounded by Golden State. And the Warriors, as you said, Chris, have come so far from their years of despair back in the 90s. Couldn't happen to a better, more supportive group of fans.
Let me tell you something. From the days I played there, or of course before that, the Warriors fans have always been known as some of the most loyal fans in the NBA. Whether the team is up, whether the team is down, whether it's thick, thin, or whether it's sunny outside, or whether it's a storm. These are some of the loudest fans, one of the loudest arenas in all sports.
The Warriors shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw dropped for David West.
And continuity is one thing that lends itself to winning. You see that in Memphis, that their key players in Gasol and Conley, these guys are all getting it done.
That one misses. And the challenge for the Grizzlies has been finding that 4th or 5th star caliber player, Greg, to push them over the top.
And they've needed a two-way terror on the wing for the longest time here. None of their draft picks or free agent signings have really broken through. And that's what it's going to take if they want to break through in the West.
Wright sets a screen. On its way from Parsons for 2. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Iguodala kicks to McCaw. Back to Iguodala. Out to the right wing. McCaw with the bucket. McCaw has got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, and making that extra pass, Iguodala committed to running the offense there.
Harrison kicks to Davis. Passes it to Parsons. Here's Harrison. David West grabs the miss.
Whoa, the D caught a break on that play. I'm sure that is not the plan, leaving him so wide open.
Pass to McCaw. Launches a 3. Good on the triple. And now it's a 12-point Warrior lead. And so it's the Golden State Warriors enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They have been sharp from beyond the arc, putting on a terrific 3-point shooting display. We come back right after this. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And, guys, we've seen the Warriors really take control here.
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Oh, yeah, small lead so far, but it's building fast, and they better watch out.
Hyde is out there with Davis. Then there's Chandler Parsons. Then it's Conley, and it's Harrison in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. Livingston with it. Conley picks him up. McGee a screen. Iguodala the pass to McGee. Over right. McGee's shot is off. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, David Fizdale was one of the most respected assistant coaches in the league before he took over in Memphis last season. He spent 8 seasons in Miami, where LeBron James played for him. LeBron said he has every quality that would fit a head coach. He's confident in his ability, a great learner, a great communicator. So it was great to see him get the nod, and he's proven so far why he's capable of the job. Kevin?
And an endorsement from LeBron is never a bad thing, D.A. Thanks so much. Here is Livingston. Michael Conley making his last shot.
Look, if you let Sean Livingston get to the free throw line and in, I mean, you might as well just be a layup. He has become lights out with that nice turnaround jumper from that range. Hand in his face, doesn't matter.
And Livingston is incredibly lethal from that mid-range spot. He's perfected it, especially, Chris, since he likes to drag the smaller guards down to that range.
Oh, yeah. Livingston knows where his spots are on the floor, and he goes right to them. It's a big reason why his shooting percentage is high for a point guard. He's just a very smart player who knows how to make the most of his game.
And he makes the first. Well, we talk so much about what it's like on the floor, Chris, but I wonder what it was like off the floor when you were on the bench watching the team play and what was going through your head and mind. What did you and your teammates talk about as you were on the bench taking a rest and watching the game go on?
It depends on which game. You know, if you're in L.A. and you see, you know, Eddie Murphy and Rihanna walk in, you're going to say, hey, look at Beyonce and Jay over there. Or, you know, if you're watching a great play and you see a guy dunk on your teammate, you're not going to get too excited, but you're going to whisper to your teammate, man, did you see that? That's crazy. Or, you know, you're pumping up guys because they've been working so hard in practice, and it's a guy who's getting his first time to kind of get in and get a good run. So you're cheering him on. And so being on the bench, you know, it's a lot of fun. You have to stay focused and ready to re-enter the game. But part of that job on the bench is to keep the energy of the bench, and that's to keep guys encouraged, to be loose, to have fun. And so it's a lot of fun being on the bench. And more fun when you're winning than losing, but a lot of fun being on the bench encouraging guys.
West with the steal. Here's McGee, and it's McGee with the jam.
Oh, and with the fast eyes, Iguodala finding the open man.
Conley with it. He has 7. So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Well, you know, some people say Andre Iguodala is on the decline as an offensive option, but his impact on the floor is still clear as day. He keeps the ball moving with his great spacing. He keeps that tempo and that pace, and he's still a strong finisher because he only takes high percentage shots that he's comfortable with.
And with Iguodala, he isn't going to be a double-digit scorer again, it seems, the former All-Star. But you know what, Chris? He is still incredibly valuable, so productive just with his floor presence.
Iguodala is a perfect example, Kevin, of a guy who can change the game without even putting up a lot of stats. The defense that he brings to the table, that isn't slowing down either.
And the Warriors making a change here. Bell's checked in. Davis sets a screen. Parsons with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. From the stripe. That shot is off, and Golden State will come the other way. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. And McGee kicks to McCaw. The second chance effort. Can't capitalize inside.
Wow, he just does everything right there except hit the layup.
And Parsons kicks to Davis. Here's Harrison. Outside Conley. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. The Grizzlies with another miss.
No 3-pointers for him in the second quarter yet, but he did have one in the first.
Livingston kicks to Bell. They set the screen. Bell with the screen on Conley. And it's Wright sending it back. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wright. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And a chance to now check out the scoring distribution between the front court and the back court players tonight for the Warriors.
And they haven't needed a whole lot of work done inside because of what their guards are doing. It's been an outstanding performance by the fellas in that backcourt.
The Grizzlies trail by 11. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
There's the pick. Pass to Harrison. Shot to end this cold run. That one, no good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Inside, it's tipped. Now here's Parsons. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Out to the wing. Harrison passes to Gasol. Shoots over McGee. And again, Memphis no good.
He gets some extra attention from the D on that trip, and it throws a shot off.
And Iguodala gets it to go in on the assist by Livingston. And the Warriors lead by 14. Now Conley. He's got 7. Here's Harrison. And Wright kicks to Conley. 6 to shoot. Parsons on the wing. Over Iguodala. Offensive rebound. Here's Gasol. Gasol missing again. Warriors leading by 14. And here's Livingston. He had 13 points in the win against New Orleans.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. He also did a great job at creating for his teammates. So many assists tonight. Nice job to get to the rack before the D could get any help in the post.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. And one thing that everyone was concerned about with the Warriors was that they had lost too much on defense when they signed Durant. Ended up not being the case at all.
Not at all. It took them a few weeks to gel, but they went right back to being a top defensive team. And when you look at Durant, his play, he was one of the best two-way players in the league that past season. And it still has defense that could win them games, even if their offense is struggling.
Here's Ennis following the score by Golden State. Can't hit from 12. Thompson with it. He's got 6. Outside Curry. Screen by Young. Curry dishes to Thompson. There's a good screen. The kick out to Young. Over Parsons. It gets rebounded by Ennis.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off of a good pick, you want to get that. When he gets the separation he needs, I know he would love to have that one back.
Thompson from long range. The Grizzlies pull it in. And it's the Warriors on the break. Curry leading the charge. Out to Thompson from past the arc. The Grizzlies pull it in. Gasol's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Evans. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint? Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
Now, here is Young. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Screen by Young. Outside Durant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From 12 feet out. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
You don't put up the numbers like Durant does without hitting a few shots in the defender's face. Incredible poise from him.
It's Gasol missing. Here's Golden State. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. Curry passes to Bell. Thompson from long range. There's his third field goal, and now he's made half of his 6 shots.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now here's Ennis. Conley kicks to Gasol. Kicks it out to Parsons. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Warriors leading by 19 points. Thompson dishes to Curry. Bell with a screen on Conley. Curry passes to Thompson. Parsons against Durant. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
He's been in control here tonight, helping them get in front with his work from the field.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Now look, we all know how great Durant is on offense, but in my opinion, he was one of the best two-way players in the league last year. Something that he's improved upon over his career. Took it to the next level last season.
Some changes here for the Grizzlies. Green, he's checked in for Parsons, and it's Chalmers in for Mike Conley. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Golden State. The Grizzlies trail by 21. And Chris, as you said, Durant playing fantastic defense that often gets forgotten. He was able to act as a rim protector for the Warriors with his ability to change shots, alter shots in that lane.
Well, Durant had a career high in blocks last season, and it was easy to see why. 1, because of the system. 2, because of the players you have around you. But it's not just the blocks. He played an all-around great defense last year.
Here's Curry after Tyreek Evans' score. Feeds it to Thompson. Durant kicks to Curry. And the 3 off target. Memphis has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. The dish to Gasol. Evans against Young. Evans passes to Green. Kicks it to Chalmers. Over Curry. Chalmers' shot is no good. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 16-4 run. Chalmers against Curry. Thompson outside. Outside Durant. Banked in off the glass. Durant's got 6 here in this quarter.
Oh, you see Durant drain so many outside shots, but you have to remember that he is still lethal from inside as well.
Gasol, a screen on Young. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That one on Thompson.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
You're right. They are precise in how they ran that play. Exceptional timing. That's all good stuff.
Shooting 1.
And Chris, I know you've been executive producing and hosting various TV shows. You had a great NBA career, obviously, and it seems like you continue to find success. How's that been for you?
Well, I try to take the same lessons I learned in sports. You know, when I first got to Golden State, the first man I searched out was Chris Mullin and found out all of his habits and stole all of his knowledge, and I tried to take that and move forward. And I try to do the same in other areas. I try to work with the best. I try to learn, work work hard, work my way up the rookie ladder and see what happens. And so I've just aligned myself with some really great people, some wonderful thinkers and hard workers, and hopefully it'll continue to have fun like I am doing. So it's been a great ride.
You're always learning, right? You never stop learning.
Man, come on. It's not just about a school or a class or one mentor. It's about everyday learning so that you can kind of learn and put people's knowledge with your unique sense of self and make it work. Why not learn on someone else's dime? Why go through life making mistakes when other people can kind of let you know, wait, I did this, you want to think about that, and kind of just put your own playbook together.
There's the three, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Warriors. Evans kicks to Gasol. Over Green. Gasol, no good.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Green, the screen. Young. The open shot. Thompson. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 5th rebound in this one.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
And here's Chalmers from the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
Durant dishes to Young. Durant with a screen on Evans. And Young kicks to Durant. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Durant's got 16.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Evans outside. He kicks it to Green. He dishes it to Chalmers. He feeds it to Gasol. They set the pick. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We're going to break down all the action from the first half. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks. He's definitely heated up over the last few games, and we're seeing some of that same recipe here tonight. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Their perimeter shooting has made the difference, and so many of their points are coming from long range. They've come out, spread the floor, and executed their jump shooting game. It's been a barrage from the three-point line. Guys always finding the open shot. If they can stay hot from three-point land in the second half, this game is over.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that will wrap up our halftime report, as it's just about time for the start of the second half.
Doesn't the Mississippi River look simply spectacular in the moonlight here tonight? Welcome back, everyone, to Memphis. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, when you're trying to check a guy like that, you have to move your feet laterally, defensively. That didn't happen.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half, Durant and Draymond Green, talented forward duo. The sharpshooters Curry and Thompson are at the 1 and the 2. And it's Pachulia in at the 5. The screen from Thompson. From deep. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Green's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now Conley. Green with a screen on Curry. Conley kicks to Green. Clock at 6. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Here's Ennis. Just 5 on the clock. There's a screen. Here's Evans.
When KD sizes you up on defense and has a read on what you want to do, then often your best bet is to pass it off to someone else on your team.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Green, the screen. Thompson outside. Up off the screen. Misses at the rim. The Grizzlies trail by 21.
And you think about it, for so long, the Grizzlies were kind of the throwback team. I mean, they had the 2 bangers in the front court, and they really rejected that whole pace and space movement. But finally, they've come around, retooling their lineups to get more shooting on the floor.
Green, the screen. Off the screen. The shot that time, not on target. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Gasol a screen. This is to Conley. That shot off. Excellent D there from Pachulia. And Greg, you look at the changes for the Grizzlies, looking for versatility and adaptability in their players.
Yeah, grit and grind, still the identity, but you got to be able to space the floor and cover pick and rolls. The era of a post-up centric basketball team doesn't seem to be in the future.
Sinks the triple. Curry's got 16.
Well, after failing to hit on their first 3 attempts of the half, they finally got one to go there.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, this is the dilemma as a coach. You wonder, do I need to call a timeout here? Do I need to settle these guys down? Should I let them play through it?
And now let's get a look at the numbers for Durant. He's coming off an excellent season. Averaged about 25 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
Ennis kicks to Gasol. And he finishes nicely on the layup. He's got 11.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Curry against Conley. Durant the pass to Thompson. Well, you just watch the way that Klay Thompson shoots, and you're surprised when the ball doesn't go in.
I mean, one thing with Klay, too, in his shot, he believes it's always going to go in. More importantly, so does his teammates. And he's got that shooter's mentality where he just will continue to trust in his mechanics. And I don't think he gets enough credit for just how hard he works to maintain that shot.
2-2.
That free throw good from Thompson.
You know, something we've seen a few times that the Warriors went through last season was super teams needed time to gel. Not the same incredible start for the Warriors. They weren't able to match their 73-win season. But who cares when you bring home that chip?
Parsons checked in for the Grizzlies. Andrew Harrison comes in for Ennis. The Warriors also with a sub. Iguodala's checked in. And so Thompson nails both of them.
Several times an All-Star at such a young age, Thompson still improving at every area of his game.
Here's Harrison. He's covered by Thompson. Harrison kicks to Green. The pass to Harrison. Trying his luck deep. Thompson with the rebound. As the games went on, however, the Warriors looked more and more cohesive as a team. Took some bumps getting there, but it was worth the wait.
Well, we saw the same thing in Miami with LeBron, Bosh, and Wade, or in Boston with KG, Pierce, and Allen, and so on. So finding your roles and figuring out who needs to do what, it's a big part of NBA basketball. Warriors were not exempt from that, even with Durant.
And here is Conley after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Here's Harrison. The teardrop falls in. Harrison's got 6.
Oh, the floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
Thompson dishes to Green. Back to Thompson. Green, the screen. Conley against Curry. Golden State needs to get off a shot, and that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Durant.
You know, I doubt they came into this game thinking they would be doing this much damage from mid-range, but you have to give them credit for being able to see what is available in their offense and then exploit the weakness of the D. To be successful in this league, you have to be flexible, and they've done a great job of that so far.
Off the inbound pass, and Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Some changes for Golden State. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Caspi comes in for Draymond Green. And McCaw is subbed in for Steph Curry. Here's Iguodala. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Conley, the pass to Parsons. Davis kicks to Parsons. Wright sets a screen. Parsons' shot is off.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
McGee a screen. McCaw kicks to Iguodala. Clock at 6. Over in the corner, Livingston. Caspi for 3. They grab their own miss. McGee dishes to Livingston.
And now a moment to see the stats for Conley. Coming off a terrific season, 17th in assists, and he was also extremely dependable behind the three-point line, finishing the season among the top 20 in three-point percentage.
And really a good season for him distributing the basketball. Whether it was the drive and dish, pick and roll, fast break, he was money all year long.
2.
The first one falls.
Oh, well, one interesting fact about Sean people might not know is that he was named Mr. Basketball in Illinois in his high school days. That's an honor he'll always cherish.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And one thing that Steve Kerr has done so well in his coaching tenure is his ability to handle multiple stars on the same team. You look back at the history of this league, and it isn't always smooth sailing.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this much talent on teams, you can get guys clashing. But Kerr has the team playing as a unit, and players are happy to sacrifice their own stats for playing better basketball. He has everyone buying into the culture they've created.
Now here's Livingston, following the miss by Michael Conley. Here is Caspi. He's guarded by Davis. McGee is screen on Conley. Livingston kicks to Caspi. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That's his first foul.
Second team foul. His first personal foul.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Nobody near Parsons. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Now here's Livingston. 5 points in the game. Kicks it out to Iguodala. The feed to Livingston. 5 to shoot. Iguodala, the pass to McGee. Over right. The shot's good from McGee.
And with that matchup, doing what he was able to do there, just muscling inside, he's not going to have a lot of problems.
Passes it to Conley. Parsons on the wing. He's covered by Iguodala. And here's Parsons. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
Well, a max contract last season for Chandler Parsons, despite, Greg, his history of knee injuries. That was a bold move by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they've needed a great two-way wing player for years. Hopefully, Parsons can get healthy and fulfill that role for this team.
And Memphis making a change here. Chalmers is checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Parsons. Here's Iguodala. McGee a screen. Young dishes to McGee. Back to Caspi. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Well, I think Omri Caspi has been underappreciated and didn't play much for the Kings last season. Waived by the Pelicans after injuring that thumb, and hard to figure because he can give you quality minutes.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. And Greg Caspi, an excellent rebounder and a pretty good three-point shooter.
Versatile, he can play either forward position, and his shooting and toughness makes him a great acquisition.
And the second free throw, good. It's interesting to see the impact of technology on the game, too. I heard LeBron James. A lot of players now review footage on a tablet when they check out their play.
Well, yeah, you know, back in the older days, a lot of us went to the locker room and you would go in the room and watch it on video. So it's the same type premise. It's just that, you know, technology is better today. I mean, every guy wants to do it. You want to know what you're doing well, what you're doing wrong. You're all a coach on the floor. You're the quarterback, and LeBron especially is the quarterback of his offense. So it doesn't surprise me before that he's studying tape.
Shooting two.
The first one falls. That one misses. Warriors leading by 22. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And Nick Young loves scoring and lightheartedly jokes about his defense.
Oh, yeah, we always want players to be so serious about the game. There's a flip side to that. A teammate like Young who comes in every day with a smile on his face, it can lighten the mood in the locker room.
West is checked in for Caspi.
Shooting one.
And that one misses. For Memphis, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. And the basket by Chalmers.
Good movement there, and the lead pass was right where it needed to be.
And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against New Orleans. Iguodala kicks to Livingston. Pass to Young. They set the pick. It's rebounded by Memphis. Harrison kicks to Davis. Chalmers against Young. Chalmers passes to Parsons. Davis dishes to Wright. Memphis moving it around. Davis sets a screen. Here's Harrison. Outside for Davis. Pass to Parsons. Back to Davis. To the wing on the left. The second chance effort. There's the pass to Harrison. Wright with it. West picks him up. Here's Harrison. And finally they hit one. Harrison's got 8 points. Warriors leading by 20. Iguodala kicks it to West. Pulls up on the elbow. Feeds to Livingston. Iguodala outside. There's the dish to McGee. Back to Iguodala. Tries again. And he sinks the layup. Iguodala's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, man, the long arms of Iguodala, such an asset, converting around the painted area.
Harrison kicks to Parsons. Chalmers against Young. Back to Parsons. Beyond the arc. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. And it's 9 points for Chandler Parsons. Golden State's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And Young kicks to Iguodala. He dishes it to McGee. Iguodala against Parsons. And the slam dunk by Iguodala.
Oh, the quick jump of Iguodala. Easy money.
The Grizzlies trail by 21. Harrison kicks to Chalmers. Passes it to Harrison. On the wing, Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Davis with a screen on Young. And it's on its way from Chalmers for 2. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Warriors leading by 21. 1:11 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Livingston. No good on that one. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Harrison passes to Chalmers. Outside, Davis. It's stolen by Livingston. Now the Warriors moving it up. Chalmers against Young. Kicks it to McGee. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
That's his first personal foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Two.
He misses the free throw.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Marc Gasol is checked in for Wright. Green comes in for Davis. Tyreke Evans is checked in for Parsons. And it's Ennis in for Andrew Harrison. Different look here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for West. Durant comes in for Andre Iguodala. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Young. And Steph Curry is subbed in for Sean Livingston. Now, here's Chalmers. Gasol kicks to Green. And Green slams it in.
He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Thompson dishes to Curry. Green, the screen. Thompson passes to Curry. They kick it out to Green. Clock at 4. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 3 assists tonight. Chalmers with it. The 3. The shot will not fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly. Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy. Drive and kick. Let it come out in the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. In the post, it's Green and Gasol together. Chalmers is out there with Ennis, and it's Evans in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Now here's Durant. Outside for Curry. Golden State moving the ball around. He feeds it to Pachulia. Back to Curry. With the floater. They get it again. Outside Durant. Launches it. Durant with another miss. And for Memphis, their shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. And it's Evans missing. Warriors leading by 23. Outside Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. Stolen by Chalmers. And it's Memphis on the break. Chalmers running. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Chalmers has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Grizzlies. Curry against Chalmers. Green, the screen. Now here's Thompson. He's guarded closely. 5 on the clock. 9 feet out. He kicks to Pachulia. Dishes it to Curry. There's the pick. Outside Durant. With 1 on the clock. And then Durant with the jam.
When Durant dunks the ball, it's such an effortless lift. He just goes up and throws it down like it's nothing.
The Grizzlies have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Gasol gets the 14-footer to fall.
And when he squares up, his height makes him a tough assignment.
Yeah, even when you get a hand up, it's hard to really affect his shot.
Now here's Curry. Green, the screen.
Curry.
Thompson outside. And there's the feed to Green. Here's Curry. Pass to Pachulia. Over Gasol. Pachulia, no luck. The Grizzlies trail by 21, and Chalmers kicks to Evans. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Back to Thompson. There's the pick. Pass to Durant. Pick by Pachulia. Here's Thompson, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
I mean, the ball just seems to find you when you have a wetter like Klay Thompson. I mean, even on the offensive glass.
Durant against Evans. Green with a screen for Evans. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
Tyreek Evans, the fourth pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
That one misses for Evans. Chris, as we all know, you grew up in the Detroit area. It's a town that has seen glory days and hard times. Talk about what it means to you to come from Detroit and what you see in the future for the Motor City.
Well, it means everything to me to be a Detroiter. I think that's what made me successful in my career, is that I took on the heart of the city and the fact that it's a hard-hat town, a blue-collar town, that you have to earn your keep and you have to wish positive for the future. And so it's been great coming from there, and it's hard times being from there. You know that we're resilient, and so it's great to see positive energy enter back into the city. It's great to see the Pistons play in the city for the first time in over 20 years. And so I see the future is bright for Detroit because Detroiters are always there. And as long as we have the people, everything else will be great.
You and I broadcast the last game in the Palace, and I'm wondering what you think the impact will be with the Pistons, as you just talked about, in their brand new building.
I think the impact would be great, but for fans. You know, when I was younger, I wanted to see the city. I wanted to see our team play. And not only lived a few miles from downtown, but about 30 or 40 miles from the Palace. And so I'm happy that the kids that supported the team, that dreams about being a Piston one day, I'm glad they finally get to go to a game. I'm glad that Detroit finally gets to really call the Pistons their own. What is it going to do? It's going to infuse positivity. And so hopefully for everyone, it's a positive environment.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
The long legs of Durant right there. Stretch Armstrong help him drive inside. Impossible for the defense to defend against that without fouling.
Two.
And the first one drops. And you look at today's players, they have so many more ways to connect with their fans. But, Chris, at times, do you think that creates added pressure for the players?
Every player has pressure. I don't know about added pressure. But I do think it's a different time with social media, and you can hear everyone's opinion. So I think that you need to focus more if you're an athlete, but I don't think it adds more pressure, because whether or not someone can type it or say it in your face or boo you at a game, you know, you're going to hear those words.
Now here is Conley. Brooks outside. They set the pick. Tries a 3. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Durant. The Warriors have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Curry on the wing. Covered by Conley. To the middle. Let's go. Here's Pachulia, and it's blocked. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And they're just playing fast and loose. Sometimes that'll burn you.
Like right here, you have to value each possession, especially when you're behind.
Harrison's checked in for Memphis. Caspi, he's checked in for Golden State. Livingston comes in for Curry. Now here's Livingston. The pass to Pachulia. Feeds it to Bell. They set the pick. Caspi for three. And the rebound goes to Martin. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Conley kicks to Martin. Brooks outside. Got a piece of it. It's Brooks on the wing. Outside Conley. Memphis moving that ball around. Got a hand on it. Now Caspi. Down low. Here's McCall. Picked by Pachulia. The dish to Caspi. Pass to Pachulia. Unloads from 13. That's short off the rim.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Out to Conley. Here's Harrison. And another miss by Memphis.
He isn't getting it to fall from outside during this half after recording a 3 during the first.
Here is Caspi. Brooks covering. Caspi dishes to Pachulia. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
And the Warriors moved Bogut to clear space last season. Many thought they would have trouble filling that center role. But you know what? Pachulia was signed and was the perfect fit for that team.
Kevin, my man Zaza. I mean, he's a vet. He knew exactly what his role would be coming into the team. Still has a great skill set. Fantastic passer for a center. And he can keep possessions alive with his offensive rebound.
And the free throw, no good. Well, a few seasons ago, the NBA introduced the last 2-minute report, where they release a review of all the calls in the final 2 minutes of a game. It has certainly had some mixed reaction. Chris, how do you feel about the public review that a refereeing crew now faces with the report?
Well, you know, I think pressure should be on referees just like it is on players. I think everyone gets their job evaluated, and it's no different from anyone else. I don't know what it does, though, what a report does by telling you what happened in the last 2 minutes and that this referee missed the call. So I don't know what it does, but I don't mind it because everyone needs to be held accountable, and transparency is always good. Very well said. Oh, that's a brutal giveaway. A pass to no man's land.
David West, he's checked in for Pachulia. Memphis has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Here's the screen. Martin with the screen for Conley. He dishes it to Martin. Out to Brooks. The tray. Knocks down the 3-ball. Warriors leading by 22. Dishes it to Caspi. To the right side. Livingston passes to Caspi. It's stolen by Davis. And oh, here we go. Brooks got it. The fast break chance. Outside, Davis. And they double up Davis. Kicks it to Martin. He feeds it to Brooks. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Harrison. Rebound by Caspi.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
McCaw kicks it to West. Pass to Caspi. The shot's good on the assist by West.
And Caspi is just a nuisance to guard for many reasons, including his ability to get big down low and come away with the easy bucket.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Well, the league has begun a program to crunch the numbers and learn how to reduce player injuries. It's just getting started. But, Chris, exciting to think that we'd be able to cut down on that part of the game.
Oh, yeah. You're talking to a guy that suffered injuries most of my career. I'm glad that we have more information now as far as, looking on the bench. You have player tracking cameras, the nutrition. You have more research and flexibility and strength. And so now it can all be measured. And as long as the player-doctor relationship is kept in privacy, I think it'll make a big difference.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Marc Gasol's checked in for Jarrell Martin. JaMychal Green comes in for Deontay Davis. Evans, he's checked in for Brooks. And it's Ennis in for Harrison. Curry can't get it to go. Grizzlies have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Here's Ennis, makes it off the glass.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
Warriors leading by 22. And here's Thompson, picked by Pachulia. Curry outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Curry's got 22.
Oh, probably isn't a better catch-and-shoot player in the game. Steph right on time once again.
Conley against Curry. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Chris, you look at the way the game is played now. We have seen some retired players say it is soft.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is soft when you look through their lens. That's true. But that's the way that the game is today. And so if you're a fan just coming to the game now, or, you know, if this is the game you love, you accept it and you keep moving on. As long as the fans love it, as long as the players are having fun with it. But definitely, compared to the 80s, to the 90s, there's no doubt about it that the game is soft as far as physical play. But at the same time, look what it's produced. It has allowed players to show the beauty of an offensive jump shot, of an offensive move, and also made defenders get that much better because you have to move laterally and can't use your hands to guard.
Pachulia, no luck.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
That one good for two. And that's now 19 points for Marc Gasol.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Steph Curry.
Well, the big thing was if he had an open look, he drained it. He didn't let any of those easy chances get away from him.
Now here's Durant following the shot by Evans. Over Evans. And it comes off the front of the rim. Here's Harrison, guarded by Curry. Evans can't get that one to fall. High post shot, misses there. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Andre. Good game for you and the team tonight. Is this a bigger win considering the team you beat?
I think it's just a good win, period. You know, we can't really think about who our opponent is. So it was a good matchup, good way for us to measure ourselves, and we got another big one Friday.
Always another game on the schedule, Dre. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.